Thunder, thunder, Thundercats, ho! Week 5 of Age of Sigmar's 2.0 releases are here, of course, with more Stormcasts, yay! And Nighthaunts, which I think actually everybody's probably more excited about at this point, unfortunately. They just look so dope, and I mean, we've had 3 years of Thundercats, or 3 years of Stormcasts, so I mean, I guess the newness is kind of wearing off. Sorry to Games Workshop. I think they look great, and I love pink and gold. And I love me some all sorts of Dragon Cats, Thundercats, Taurines. Oh, I love all that stuff. Don't get me wrong. But I want something new. I want the new oddness. Like I like the undead. I like the look of these guys. I love my black coach. I love all that stuff. So I don't know. I guess if this just came out by itself, I'd be more excited. But the fact that you teased me with all this cool undead stuff, me personally, I'm more excited about that. So this week we've got the Blade Gas Revenants. I don't even know what these things do, but they look pretty dope. These guys are clocking in at $45. A new Lord Executioner model slash pose. I guess he's a special character. I need to look that one up too in my Nighthaunts book. I love me some Nighthaunts, but I'm purposely trying to ignore them because if not, I will end up playing them. This guy's $25, and then the Dreadsight Harriers, these undead ladies, I assume, probably correctly, are coming in at $45 US, and then we got the Lord Ordinator. I think this is the second one we've seen of him. There was one about this time last year, or maybe with Malign Sorcery. I think Malign, not Sorcery, the other Malign thing that came out that we weren't excited about, but now we're excited because there's Age of Sigmar 2.0. Yay! This guy's $35 for the clan pack. So $35 for one dude, or $45 for, oh, that's okay. We already know all that. And then, of course, the Thundercats, the Dracula lines, $60 US, and remember they got that one ETB guy that you can get. It's actually pretty cool. It's a really neat kit, put it together. We didn't get a video of that because we were busy that week, but he is already out. So you technically got 4 of these dudes on Thundercats already. So evocators on the Draco lines are here, $60 for this box set, which pretty much makes sense. We've seen that ad nauseum for all the mount type miniatures, and they got some really cool looking poses. I mean, we've got, oh, I forgot, we got chocobos too. So we got battle cats, we got dragon cats, right? Dracolines, or not Dracolines. What's the other one? The Dracos. So we got Dracos. So we got dragon cats. We got thundercats. We got chocobos. What else do we have? I feel like everything we have is like cat related. So normal size cavalry base here, which isn't surprising, of course. You're going to get your 3 big sprues. And I actually didn't look at these. Are they all the same? They are not all the same. That's interesting. So we got, all of them are different. Oh my, that is cool. I like that. So literally every one of them is different. That's a lot of work on Games Workshop's part. Mad props for that. Okay, cool. So let's take a look at the instruction manual here. I guess that's because you have 3 inherent different designs. I guess my mirror brain looked at this and saw that paw there and just assumed that those were the same model. But if you look at it here, they are actually different models because this is the right paw and this is the left paw. So, okay, well, let's check it out. So it looks like the standard computer slicing on Dracoth 1. And it goes together left and right halves, as you see there. And then down here, some of the paws are separate. That's interesting. And then you start to build the rider. So this is going to be, if you do airbrush, this is going to be a tough one because you're going to get to a point where you have to use a brush for one or the other. And I feel like blending gray is easier with the airbrush if you are an airbrush artist than blending gold with the airbrush. Gold actually tends, whatever metal you're using, gold tends to go on a little bit better so with the brush. So I feel like that would be my call if I was painting this. It's unfortunate that they are not separate, but it's still not undoable. I would keep some pieces like this off though separately, but then it goes together and it looks like you build up the torso through a bunch of computer slices and different head options with the crazy Age of Sigmar hair, and then of course the staff of the evocator and some crazy things sticking off of here. Is that those vials they like crash on themselves? That's kind of cool. Or you can do, so you got the staff or the sword option. So staff or sword, okay. And then it goes into Dracula line 2, and I'm sure they're all pretty much the same option there. So you can do, oh, you can make a Lord Arcanum version or just the Evocator Prime. Oh, so this is kind of like the jet bikes. All right, neat. So you can make, so this is kind of like the Shield Captain jet bikes where you can make a bunch of different ones depending on what you want to do. Like, oh, okay, I can get behind that. So, oh, let's take a look at the sprues real quick. So like I said, there's 3 different sprues, which makes sense because there's inherently 3 different models on here. So this would be your base. This could be your base one, but this all, okay, so they both come with swords. So they both come with swords. They both come with the staffs. And then this would be your Lord Arcanum. So this would be the Lord Arcanum sprue with the crazy staff right here. Okay, I like it. Well, I think if you're definitely going to field these guys, this is definitely the way you want to go. Probably popping off a bunch of these. And I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a start collecting version of this here at some point as well that had a bunch of these, similar to what we saw with the Vanguard dudes in the Chocobos as well. And then next up is the Lord Ordinator. He is a $35 clan pack. I'm going to struggle to get this guy out of his clan pack apparently. So on a 40 mil base, like we would have come to expect, looks like 10 components. 10 components there. Looking pretty fresh. Looks like a front and back slice. Hammer bit is separate. Single head with a little bit of bling that you attach there. And then it looks like he's actually holding the bling in his hand. Oh, okay. No head option. Separate shoulder pad. But very well detailed nonetheless. Okay, so let's see what we got. Does that jive with what we're seeing right here? So, yep, holding some bling. Got the head. You could put a different head in there if you don't want to use that one. Looks like it is separate. Holding bling. And left and right half separate, hammer, bit, and this thing on the back that I don't think represents anything in gameplay. So boom, pretty cool bit if you're trying to convert and make something a little different, or just actually gonna field him and give him a different head right there. That would be pretty easy. $35, new release this week. All right, you got me. I pulled out my battle tome to look this guy up, and I was right. He is just an alternate Lord Executioner model. The Lord Executioners are actually pretty good. They're kind of spooky and kind of debuff enemy heroes, subtracting 1 from the hit rolls by anybody within 3 in the combat phase, which is pretty huge. Frost Lord, Big Fatty would not like that very much. And of course, he's ethereal, so, you know, ignoring rend, 5 up, feel no pain, basically roll on everything there, and you're going to add 2 to the damage if your unmodified wound roll for his weapon is a 6, which is already hitting on 3s, hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s, neg 2 rend. So on a 6, which is probably, I guess, 50-50 maybe-ish, probably less than that because you're not going to hit each time there. Although you might, because there's definitely ways to get these guys buffed up to rerolling 1. So run the odds. The odds are good. It won't be every combat phase, though. But getting him up to 3 damage is always clutch right there. So this is an alternate model. By the way, I like in the Nighthaunt book how they have the little pictures of what the duders are right there. So let's see, how many components do we got? About 8 components it looks like. So Dread Axe there with a bunch of spirit face thingies, and then of course he's holding the little hourglass right there. I really, really like that. Very well detailed from what I could tell, but it's going to be kind of a half down the middle right there, so make sure you're using your Vallejo plastic putty to fill those gaps, or you use your super thin Tamiya modeling glue as well. Works pretty well. I don't even know what Citadel offers anymore on the glue side because it's been historically so terrible and not worth buying that I just kind of don't use their stuff. When it comes to their tools are top notch these days. But their glues are, for what I remember, mediocre. But they might have some good stuff out there right now. I'll have to check next time I'm at a G-Dub store. So here's how the pieces go together. Like I said, the back is going to be a left and right half. You want to be careful with that. Looks like everything else really isn't that tricky, except for maybe attaching the sword right there. And the actual base looks like it goes on pretty easy. And then there's like this crazy skull right here that attaches using this little nub, goes right here on the back. So it looks like there's a random nub that I don't see it on the model, so it might form after you glue it together. Yeah, I'm not seeing it on the model. Interesting. So somehow they claim it is there. I'm sure it's there. I'm just not seeing it. It's not very obvious, but I guess that's why they marked it in yellow there. So Lycanor, the Executioner, $35 this, or $25, excuse me, this week on a 32 mil base as well. Next up is the Bladeghast Revenants. Now this kit comes with 43 components, and believe it or not, these are actually not two of the same sprue. You're getting 10 fresh poses in here, as far as I can tell, on this, and then it's going to come with, of course, all of the 32 mil bases as well, so you don't have to worry about any of that. But man, what a cool concept on Games Workshop's part to actually make, from what it looks like, 10 different poses. Wow, okay. So it looks like, you know, your standard left and right half with maybe a head kind of going in there as well. I'm just kind of flipping through, looking at how many different, so this is 3C, so this is Bladeghast Revenants, 2, so that makes 1. 3, so that's 3 steps there, left and right half. 4, left and right half. 5, left and right half with a head. And then a turnaround. 6, 7, it looks like very similar stuff here. I like the posing, so dynamic, so spooky and sassy at the same time. 8, 9, 10, yeah, there's 10 different, wow, okay, cool. Well, there's the rules. Like I said, I'm kind of purposely ignoring them because I don't want to start playing them. They're so cool looking, dang it. 3 to hit, 3 to wound, neg 1 rend, 1 attack. Pretty average. I'm sure there's something else to them that's good. Retreat and charge in the same turn, yep, that's good, that'll do it. They don't have, they have ethereal, so they ignore rend, but they don't have the feel no pain. Oh, because they're not skull-less. Oh, look at that. Okay, cool. Neat. I like that. So here's the models themselves. Like I said, 2 independent sprues. Well, here, we'll just do this. 2 independent sprues. They're not the same, believe it or not. I looked at it and I was like, wait a minute. This is crazy. When was the last time that ever happened? So very good looking. These are all the UK, you know, made in UK, multi-part plastics and such. All good to go. So very cool. Offering this week for the Nighthaunts. And last but certainly not least are the Dreadsight Harriers. $45 kit, comes with 40 components, and this one is actually 2 of the same sprues there. So some of the ladies have 2 arms, some of them have 4 arms. I guess the Slasher Crone has 4, and I mean they're different looking. I didn't expect to see something like this, but then didn't really expect to see like a hooded kind of horse head miniature either from them. So I mean, it is what it is when it comes to that. These Nighthaunts are definitely very cool, but yet spooky and sassy at the same time. I don't know what's going on. So model wise, this is the Slasher Crone, or the Dreadsight Harrier Model A, it looks like. So they start out with the same base, or else you go to the two arms, so the 4-arm version right there. And then it all just kind of works up and works together, left and right halves. Oh, this is B. C is 3-part plus a head. D, 2 parts plus a head. And potato, it goes on. So, well, multiply that by 2. Overall, let's see. Let's just look at the rules real quick. They got the ethereal special rule. They are not feel no pain, so they're getting ignore rending. Extra attack for the Slasher Crone Sergeant, basically. Subtract 1 hit rolls within 3 of this unit unless they have a bravery of 6 or more. Ooh, that's devastating. So that could slow down some folks. Murderous Bloodlust, if unmodified wound for an attack made with Scythe limits is 6, it does 2 damage instead of 1. But that's kind of brutal, so I guess that kind of makes up for the hit of 4. I wouldn't like to see a hit of 4, but this is kind of like a mid-level character stat line if that was 3. So kind of giving it that exploding 6 to do the 2 damage kind of makes up for the neg 1 rend and the 4 up to hit, in my opinion there. So not too bad, not too shabby at all. So I think we have run out of new Age of Sigmar Wave 5 models to review. So if you like these type of videos here on the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you can be the very first to like and comment on all our videos.